So today we'll start with the second part of calculus, that is we'll do relations. So let me tell you what a relation is first. A relation, okay? We'll do a relations. Let's go to the next page and I tell you. First, before that, I told you A cross B. A relation is nothing but, so let me tell you the definition of a, let me write it nicely. Okay. Definition. What a relation is. Relation is nothing but a subset of two sets A cross B of the set A cross B, subset of A cross B that follows a rule. Understand? Subset of A cross B that follows a rule. Let me give an example, otherwise you will not understand. So let's say we have a set here. Let's say A is nothing but 1, 2, 3, -3, 4 and 5. Okay, and B is nothing but a set of, let's say, 4, 9 and 16. Okay, so let's go to the next page, and if we draw such sets, let me, I'm just drawing the sets A and B. There are many points, no? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, -3. Let me redraw this because it's not drawn so properly. I'll draw this again. -3, then I had 4, no? -3, then 4, then 5. That was drawn perfectly. I'm a fool. Okay, the A set contains, oh no, this is B. This is B. Now just let me copy all this and bring it just over here. I am taking a pause and trying to do it. Now let's come back. This is A and this is B. This has 4, 9, 16. So you know what? 2 maps to 4. Oh, I did not say the relation. Let me go to the first page. I want to build such a relation such that X and Y are an ordered pair, obviously, and such that, such that X belongs to obviously A and Y belongs to B and Y equal to X square. I told you it is A cross B is, let's say this one, let me change the color. A cross B is this part and this part is the rule. I told you relation was what? A subset of A cross B follows a rule. Both are satisfied. Now in this part, let me draw. So this rule is being followed by this, there is no -3. I knew it. There is no -3. So this minus, let me redraw this. I'm such a fool. I'm sorry. This -3, where did the -3 go now? -3 is here. So I'll draw the -3 like this. 4 gets mapped to 16. Because you understand this mapping concept. 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. -3 square is 9. 4 is 16. Understand? This is the example we said. Okay. Now if there, let me say if there was an extra one here, 49 for example. Okay, so what would you do? This whole thing is known as this A set is known as range of R, relation R. This B set is known as the codomain. This is, or you can say, image of R, of the relation R. And all the mapped elements like these all, okay, these all the mapped elements, let's say that's C, okay, C, that is called the range of R. I'm extremely sorry, this is not called the range of R. A is nothing called the domain of R. A is nothing but the domain of R. B is the codomain or the range of R, codomain or the image of R. C is nothing but the range of R. Now this is one thing. So now let's do one problem. If cardinality of the set A is P, cardinality of the set B is Q. Now you have to tell how many relations exist with such a condition, A comma B, such that A belongs to A, B belongs to B. So what is the number of such R's? Tell me, think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as they will so we were doing this problem, okay. So I am just waiting you solve it, okay. So what is the cardinality of A cross B? Now you tell me this. It's nothing but PQ, understand? And number of R is nothing but a subset of A cross PQ, and we know that the formula for subsets, meaning subset, number of subsets of a set whose elements number is n, is 2 to the power n. So my answer will nothing be but 2 to the power PQ. Okay, understand this? Sorry, understand this. Now we will tell you something. Now these things, like we did now, this R is nothing but a subset of A cross B. We don't write it like this, we say R A to B. This is the correct representation of a relationship, okay, or relation, not relationship, okay. Well, if I write it better here, let me try to write this better here, that R A B, where B equal to some function of, not function, I will not say now, some operation on A, B equal to some operation on A, where B belongs to B and A belongs to capital A. This is the relation in total, okay. Now if I say that there is a relation on A, this means the relation is A to A, meaning R is a subset of A cross A. We are going to need it very much just a few minutes after this, so let me find a sum, okay. So if I do this sum, okay, A is nothing but 1, 2, 3 till 6, okay. Now if I say R is a relation on A, okay, and R is defined as such A1 AB, such that A and B both belong to A and B is nothing but A plus 1. So you have to tell me what this R set is. Okay, so now the rule is that B has to be A plus 1. So R will nothing be but set like this: 1 2, then 2 3, then 3 4, then 4 5, then 5 6, this much, because now we are going out of the set now. Understand? This is the R. So we have done some sums, and I think by now you understand what a relation is. Okay, now we will talk about types of relation. We change the color now. Types of relation. Okay, before I tell you the types, let me tell you something. If this statement means, let's say AB belongs to R, meaning obviously what, this follows a rule, and this has it is in two different sets or single set also. This can easily be written as, if I write A R B, means A is related to B, this means the same thing. Okay, now if I say R, these all are, R is a relation on A. Okay, this is my fundamental property for now, relation on A. Now see, if R is nothing but phi, remember what phi is? It is nothing but an empty set. Okay, so that means such an relation is called an empty or a null relation. Understand? Empty or a null relation. Now if let's say R is nothing but A cross A, meaning the whole set A cross A, then we say this is an universal relation. Okay, let me give an example here. So let me give you an example. Okay, now let's say A is a set of students in an all boys school. Okay, I will now declare two relations, R1 and R2. Now what R1 says is that R1 is nothing but A B such that A or B both from A. I am just writing it here. A B both belong to A. Okay, A B such that A is the sister of B. Let me rewrite this. Yes, and here A is, sorry, A has, sorry, mod A minus B is positive. These two. Now R1, let's talk about R1. R1, as you can see here, it's an all boys school, so there A is the sister of B, meaning any two, A and B belong to A, so obviously both are boys, so one cannot be the sister of another. So R1 set is a null set. There is no set called R1. And if I say R2, AB such that mod A minus B. Now let's say AB is just, sorry, I should not write this. AB is the weights here. Okay, AB is weights. Sorry, extremely sorry. So AB's weights is difference is always positive. mod also. Now see, whatever the weights difference maybe, they will also always have like what do you call it, they like all the students will have a difference in some weight. Nobody is perfectly equal in weight to anybody, so this will have some value and mod of that will always be positive. So this whole thing R will be nothing but A cross A. Understand? This is one example so that you could understand. Now let's talk about this part, types. Let's go on to the types, important ones. I'll write the meanings first. Now next I will understand, make you understand. A relation R on A is okay. First is reflexive. Reflexive if A comma A belongs to R, it implies, now if A comma A belongs to R for all A belonging to A. I'm telling the meaning afterwards. Okay. Number 2. Now let's say what is a symmetric. Symmetric. What do you mean by symmetric here? If A, B belong to R implies B, A also belong to R for all AB belong to R. Sorry, for all AB belonging to A. Okay. And the last one is transitive. Transitive. Transitive is what? If A, B belong to R and B, C belong to R, it implies A, C belong to R for all A, B, C belongs to A. This is what reflexive, symmetric and transitive is. Now let me explain this to you. Changing the color to blue. Now let's say a relation R on A is reflexive if A comma A belong to R for all A equal to A. Meaning if I find a relation that in which there is an element 2, okay. Now if for all A's, means if I find a set like 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 8 7 7 8 8, like that set or that relation in this case will be called as reflexive. I'll give you one example. After that you will get clear all of them. Okay, you will be clear. I'm just telling you a vague idea first. Symmetric means that if in any relation, if we find if A comma B, any two elements like 2 3 exist in the relation, means if in the relation set if I find 2 3 and I also find 3 2 for all AB, means for every AB, means if there is 2 3 there should be 3 2, means everything will have its opposite pair, then that relation is called symmetric. Transitive is what? If I find AB, BC that are in R, and then I find AC belonging to R for all ABC in A, that gives us a transitive relationship. What does it mean? First let me tell you. Like if it is 1 2 belongs to R and 2 4 belongs to R, so 1 4 will also belong to R. Let me give you an example that will sum it up everything. Okay, just before that I am just telling you that a relation is told to be equivalence relation. If a relation is told that equivalence relation, that relation is reflexive, transitive, and symmetric. Means if it follows the all the three I told at the back, say reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then it is called equivalence relation. So let me tell you what an equivalence. Let me give you an example that is the equivalence relation so that you can understand. Let's say, I mean, it's a big question. Okay, so just wait a minute. I'll just copy the question here. So okay, this is the question. Let T be all set of all triangles in a plane with a relation in T, given that. Okay, 1 second, just 1 second. Wait. So this I told you that in T, relation in T, also it is given. If I set the relation on A, it can also be given as in A. Okay. Now R is this relation, show that R is an equivalence relation. First, if we have to show that the relation is reflexive, the R's relation is that T1 T2, those are triangles, T1 is congruent to T2. Now let's reflexive, let me take T1 T1. You have to say sorry, not T1 T2, T1 T. Let's take two triangles T A T A, same thing. Now tell me something, that TA and is TA congruent to TA? Is a triangle congruent to each other? Yes. So for all such TA there it will exist in the relation, so it is reflexive. Understand? So now let's check it if it is symmetric or not. Symmetric. What is symmetric first? Tell me that if AB belongs to R, then BA also belongs to R. See, now let's take two triangles T1 T2. What does this mean? T1 is congruent to T2. This we can also be written as, T2 is congruent to T1, and this I can write as T2 T1, like this statement. So see, if AB belongs to R, then BA belongs to R. This is what I am showing you. Now let's prove it, if it is transitive or not. What is transitive? If A and B belong to R and B and C belong to R, then you have to show AC belong to R. So if T1 T2 belong to R and T2 T3 belong to R, once again belong to R, this means what? T1 is congruent to T2 and T2 is congruent to T3. So I can immediately write this, that T1 is congruent to T3. See, like it is like that in the triangle. You understand that T2 equals, so this whole thing becomes an equality. So if T1 congruent to T3, I can write T1 T3 belongs to R, and this is nothing but the transitive proof. So the whole thing is an equivalence relation. Understand? So let's do one sum that is in homework for you all. R is a relation. R is a relation in the set Z of integers. Understand? R is a relation in the set Z integers given by, let me write R here, R A B such that 2 divides a minus b. Understand this? Now you have to show R is a equivalence relation. You have to show this. Okay, you have to try this. Okay, so we end today's topic here, and I will do the last day sum. Let me just get out my book and see where it is. Where is it? I think the last day sum was that a cross a cross a, 3 cross cross. Yeah, found it. See, if a equal to minus 1 1, then I had to find a cross a cross a, means a cross a cross a. Now first you do this. What is a cross a? A cross a is nothing but, first see, minus, you have to write it like this. Let me erase this part. Okay, let's say I have to write it like this: minus 1 1 minus 1 1. So first minus 1 with minus 1, minus 1 with minus 1, then minus 1 with minus 1, then 1 with minus 1, then 1 with 1. Understand? This is a cross a. Now we have to do a cross a cross a, means a cross a cross a. This value we know, so we'll just write it like this. The next page, let's say we have minus 1 1 like this, 1 minus 1 1, minus 1 minus 1, then 1 minus 1, and here we have minus 1 1. Understand? This is the set. So first it will be with this. So what will it be? Minus 1 1 minus 1, then minus 1 1 minus 1, then 1. What the hell am I drawing as a comma? Minus 1 1 minus 1, then minus 1 minus 1. I think this should be like this. Once I did a wrong thing, try erasing this here. Let it be 1 1. I have done now. So 1 minus 1 is left. 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. Then you understand? No, I am doing this whole 4 with this one first, then I am doing with this one. This is called pairing. So now we have to do with just what? Minus ones. So it will be minus 1 1 1, then it will be minus 1 minus 1 1, followed by 1 1 1, followed by 1 minus 1 1. This is my a cross a set. You understand everything? So I think we'll end the video today. So please subscribe, like the video, and keep waiting for more calculus videos.